Hey everyone, welcome back to Dark Facts 2.0. My name Candace. You ever wondered what truly makes a man commit, not just text you back, not just date you casually, but genuinely crave you, respect you, and want to build a forever with you? This isn't about games or surface attraction. This is about soul-deep connection, the kind that transforms to lives and weaves them into something sacred, something lasting. Today we're diving into something every woman deserves to know, not just how to get attention, but how to become the woman a man cannot imagine life without. The 5 shocking and rarely talked about things men secretly crave. Even if they don't admit it, these truths are not taught in school or shown in movies, but they are at the heart of every lasting love story. Most women are taught how to be attractive, how to look good, how to flirt, how to dress in a way that turns heads, but very few are taught how to be unforgettable. And that's exactly what you're about to become. So stay with me until the very end, because what I'm about to reveal has the power to shift your entire love life and unlock a part of you that maybe you've hidden or forgotten, a part that doesn't chase, but attracts, a part that doesn't settle but stands tall, a part that doesn't beg for love but embodies it. Men crave emotional peace, not emotional drama. This might sound simple, but it's deeply profound. Most men will never walk around saying, "I want peace." They might not even fully understand it themselves, but deep down, it's what they long for more than anything. In a world where they are constantly battling silent stress, external expectations, internal fears and doubts, the woman who gives them emotional calm becomes unforgettable. This doesn't mean hiding your feelings. It doesn't mean walking on eggshells or being passive. It means creating a space where he doesn't feel judged or constantly questioned, where he feels like he can lay down his armor and just breathe, not in a dramatic emotional storm, but in a warm emotional shelter. When he's overwhelmed or silent, many women panic. They assume he's pulling away. They fear rejection, but often he's simply trying to find clarity inside himself. A woman who understands this, a woman who gives him space without turning cold, a woman who offers presence without pressure, becomes his peace, not his problem, and that kind of woman is rare. That kind of woman is powerful too. He wants freedom from pressure, not freedom from you. Let's be honest. Pressure is the fastest way to push a man away. If he feels like every conversation is a minefield, if he feels like he's constantly being tested or judged, if he starts to associate your presence with stress and performance instead of joy and freedom, he will slowly begin to pull away, not because he doesn't care, but because he feels trapped. Here's the secret. When a woman gives a man space to breathe, when she allows the relationship to be a place of inspiration instead of obligation, he doesn't run away, he runs toward her. The more freedom he feels in her presence, the more he wants to come back again and again. Because real love isn't about control or possession, it's about connection built on peace, respect, trust, and emotional safety. Let your love be a sanctuary, not a courtroom. The more you release the need to constantly define where things are, the more he naturally wants to define it with you. When he feels free with you, he will never feel the need to escape you. 3 men want clear guidance, not confusing expectations. Here's a truth. Almost no one tells women men are not mind readers. They don't pick up hints the way you do. They don't always decode the subtleties of your tone or your silence. Yet so many women expect them to just know what they're feeling or what they want. This only creates confusion, disconnection, and resentment on both sides. If you want something from him, tell him with love, with clarity, with honesty, not as a demand, not as a punishment, not out of desperation, but as an open invitation. Say things like, "I feel really loved when you remember small things. It makes me happy when you hold my hand. In public, when you open up to me, I feel closer to you." Speak from your heart, not your frustration. Men don't need you to shrink your needs. They need you to communicate them with warmth. You're not needy for having desires. You're wise for knowing how to express them with emotional intelligence. Real intimacy grows when communication is rooted in compassion, not fear. For respect isn't optional, it's essential. A man may enjoy attention and compliments, but he commits to respect, and not the kind of respect that praises everything he does blindly, but the kind that sees him as strong, even when he's struggling, as capable, even when he's uncertain, as worthy, even when he hasn't yet achieved everything he dreams of. Ask yourself this: do I make him feel like a hero in my life, or a project that needs fixing? Do I trust his vision? Do I believe in his potential? Do I allow him to grow and lead, or do I constantly correct and question him? You can hold your standards while still being his support system. You can have boundaries without belittling his journey. Because when a man feels deeply respected by a woman, he will do anything to protect that space. He rises to become more of the man she admires. Not out of obligation, but out of authentic masculine devotion. Respect creates a container for his masculine energy to feel safe to express itself. And when that happens, he commits not because he has to, but because he truly wants to. 5. He wants to be fully seen and fully accepted. This is the deepest one. Every man walks through the world wearing a mask. He's expected to be strong, unshakable, always in control. But underneath that mask is a real human soul, a heart that aches to be accepted for who he truly is, beyond the roles and responsibilities, beyond the image and the ego. When a man feels like he can be raw, honest, vulnerable, even messy with you, and you still choose him, you still see him with softness and grace, that's when his heart opens fully. That's when he trusts you with parts of him he's never shared with anyone else. But this kind of emotional intimacy is delicate. If you shame him for being vulnerable, if you throw his confessions back at him in moments of anger, if you make him feel unsafe for showing his truth, he will shut down and never fully return. Be the woman who lets him breathe, who doesn't need him to impress her, who says, "I want the real you, not just the polished version," because the more you welcome his truth, the more he will crave your presence, not because he has to, but because with you, he feels like he can finally be free. Final words become the woman he can't walk away from. So now, let me ask you something that might stir something deep inside. Do you want to be the woman he desires for a moment, or the woman he cherishes for a lifetime? Because, let's be real, being desired is intoxicating. It lights up your ego. It makes you feel seen, but desire alone is fleeting. It burns hot and fades fast. But being cherished, that is something else entirely. Being emotionally seen, valued, loved. Not just for how you look, but for who you are. That's the kind of connection that roots itself in a man's soul. That's the kind of love that lasts through silence, through storms, through seasons. And here's the truth that no one ever taught most women. You don't become unforgettable by being perfect. You don't become the woman he can't walk away from by hiding your voice, by shrinking your truth, or by trying to be easy and agreeable all the time. You become unforgettable when you stop performing, when you stop chasing, when you stop molding yourself into who you think he wants, and instead stand fully in your own radiant energy, your own truth, your own feminine essence. The woman who gives a man peace, who listens with her heart, who speaks with soft strength, who loves without losing herself. That is the woman who becomes his safe place. Not because she tries to be, but because she already is. So to every beautiful woman hearing this, you don't need to chase love. You don't need to beg to be chosen. You don't need to earn your worth. You were born worthy. You just need to return to yourself. Return to your heart, your inner light, your calm power. Because when you do, the right man will recognize it. He won't play games. He won't be confused. He'll feel it in your energy and say, "This is different. This is rare. This is real." And finally, remember this: the woman who is deeply connected to herself is the most magnetic woman in the room. She doesn't need to shout. She doesn't need to convince. She simply radiates, and that is irresistible. The woman who treats herself with love invites the kind of love that mirrors that right back. So if this touched your heart, if it awakens something within you, don't keep it to yourself. Share your voice, share your truth, share your light, because when women rise in love with themselves, the entire world changes.